Hi guys, it's me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. I hope my trading view OBS is not glitchy anymore. It was not for the past few days. It went to 0.5 on Fjord and bounced to it. Yeah, right there. My point is it's in 0.5. It changed direction. It's an official correction on daily, nothing critical. This volume is not alarming. That's an inside bar, so I wasn't able to move any farther than the previous month. For 5 minutes, my main point is it might be good for a quick short sweet trade here, and this volume is yeah, yeah, the volume is not in our favor. If it was somewhere, there is volume here, so this is our 0.5, but yeah, it changed direction. The exhaustion volume is here, and then that's the reversal volume, exhaustion, reversal, and then it goes. We'll see. It's still a good volume here. It's not in interaction bar, it's not in reaction bar, it's in exhaustion bar. So quick day trade is possible here, I think. Qs are breaking. I was looking for a quick, this is an impulse, even the wave in a sense. So for something quick here, but I don't think so. And it broke. There was one bar rule, and then it broke it and went lower. That might have been an accident. However, volume, yeah. Beginning, middle, end. Unvolumed break. Let's start from the top. Yeah, US dollar is absolutely dead. It's in correction officially. Here would be nice. Here. Now it's like flatting. It didn't reach its 0.5 potential yet, but this spring was here. It's just a massacre. Yeah, it goes back and forth. Oh yeah. Wait. No, wait. The way you chart, the way you trade is the way you trade. We changed direction here. Officially confirmed. Was this up? Oh, and actually here again. Oh my gosh. What is this? Yeah. And then couldn't hold this level. Oh, it actually did. And then finally breaks it in 0.5 and then goes. Goes up again. Well, at least this is more informative. And guys, this is the last day of the months. Be careful, is all I'm trying to say. Be careful is all I'm trying to say. Tried to upthrust this level, but see the volume was indicating it shouldn't be bigger than the volume of the main trend. And now it's like bebopping here. Okay, that gives us a clearer picture. It's flatting, it's just flat. I think like dollar will go up as it always does, and it's in 0.5 right now. I would want to see it interacting with T1 level in order to buy it. That's a balance. Yeah, that was not a bad place to place a trade, but then it tested. I'm not sure about. No, it's counter trend. We still want to see it before 0.5, which is way lower. It's in 0.5 already. Yeah. Dow Jones. Again, doesn't make any sense. It's in correction right now. So our contradicts the day. So that was a cutoff. Once it closed this day, next morning, yeah. Right about here. So now we should see it short because it's in correction on the superior time frame. Well, it would be nice to buy it from here, I think. Contract switch. Real jerk on contract switch. 1st of September. It's here. Closing in a break in 3 minutes. That was transition extreme, and then one barrel, and then this. The point is, it's not transition extreme anymore. Which doesn't really matter for inferior time frame. Just for the record. That's there. And something weird happened here anyway. That was 1 bar rule. Good exhaustion volume here. Unvolumed spring. Last minutes of the day. Yeah. And that's it. Spring would need a test, and that was a test. By the time test closes, we already see it's gonna close in a break. So that would be, and it's like too wide of a trade anyways. So no, maybe just here with no test. But why? That would have worked, probably. Yeah, this is closing into break. Sorry, I'm still in my morning mood. And this is gonna close in a break in a minute. It changes direction. So same here. And my point is, you have to be careful. Wait. Huh. Did it change the volume? Because now volume distribution is way better. The interaction bar has biggest volume. It must have changed it. I'm not that blind. Huh. Some correction. August. In June. It added some volume in June, or I don't know. But I don't think I'm that blind. It's way better for volume distribution. It's still freaky, but $9.98. Yeah, it's still freaky. But it looks way better. Or also, if this will become our 0.5, then maybe this. You know what I mean? But rotary point official is this guy. Go up there before 667. Be careful is my point. Maybe we want it on months too, yeah. Always make sure. What is 0? That's right there. You know what I mean? It's weird. But okay. Yeah, I don't like it. So yeah, that kind of shows you the potential of where to. I don't like it at all. Where it can go. Yeah. Here, or based on this guy here. Oops. Important for now, it's in a break. That would be nice. You know what I mean? And even though it's not sign of strength because there was no break, there was not a break. Still, volume is here. And boom, it's a break as well. First sign of reversal. This volume is not terminal, it's not fatal. It's way more volumes in our face. So, no biggie. That wouldn't be attractive. The sub thrust would be attractive for a quick short trade. Relatively. Yeah, here this looks more like a from this perspective, this looks more a initiative takeover. Volume down below, we're above this volume, and then this volume is the last in our face. This is smaller, then boom, and jumps over. But ducks under now. That's interesting. I would believe in a good upthrust with a test here, with another exhaustion volume, maybe. Qs, and then break. So yeah, now it's in Qs we also have a sign of strength now. It's like bebopping here. Where this whole thing goes, nobody knows. It's just such a, look, we don't do this, but it's such a, what do you call it? Contracting triangle? It will be such a moment for Russian economy. Either collapse or thrive. It's contracting for like here. It's contracting. Well, weighted with United States dollar, but just denominated in ruble. It's also kind of the crossroads, but at least we have an impulse. But in United States dollar, it's very interesting what it does. That was a crash of 2008. 14, that's the Crimea annexation. That's COVID, and that's the war. History on chart. History on chart. It's interesting. That was an entry like too low, I think. Fjord, I have it opened. Posi, see, worked so high, I would never ever believe in it. The short impulse corrected like 80%. No, not for me. Did I get some shares of Samolyot? I think I did. It's wild, but it's a 2-bar spring, sign of strength, and then it's accumulating. I'm in multiple trades on this. I'm also here, up to my eyeball. Not to my eyeballs, fraction. I broke even here, never made any money. But yeah, here I am now. Waiting to break even here and in a small position for this long term bad boy. That would be nice to buy from here. It's already reached, counter trend already reached its potential to 0.5. Intel bebopping. Huh. Wouldn't have worked yet, but it looks like it will. I didn't take this trade, I chickened out, as I often do. But here was the trade. Let me show why. It changed direction, yes, but it came here on like, gave out the biggest volume, 127, 126, not the biggest, but the only bigger one was in the beginning. It's in a balance on daily. It's nowhere on monthly with this huge volume. You know, Intel is political stock. The government bought a 2 billion stake, 10%, and invested 10 billion into Intel on their promise not to sell to Chinese. But yeah, in 5 minutes there was this like crazy upthrust with the test, and we didn't need to limit ourselves to 0.5. You see, that was like exhaustion, a good exhaustion. In 0.5. This is a 0.5. This is a 0.5. So yeah, good exhaustion in 0.5, a little bit too big even, and then good toward up thrust. So chicken out and wouldn't sleep nice if carried overnight, but I think it's gonna hit take profit today. Could have offset it, my position a little bit, because I'm waiting to break even, make some money. I'm waiting to break even here. One of my earlier ones back in April of 24, a year and a half ago. Yeah. I didn't take this one. Wouldn't reach my goal. It's no better. Volume, then big approach on volume up thrust, and then big approach to bar up thrust and goes down. Didn't give us a test of daily and no context on monthly. Well, there is a context on monthly, but it's like now closing. Yeah, so the impulse is closed in 2 days, but those are weekends. So, and here's the break officially. So so you have this now. And that's what we have now on magnet. But Intel, huh? Would have worked. Look at this guy. Okay. Ooh. We're in this weird place right now. It's good for continuation of the trend to shoot up straight and just can't stop. And just can't stop. It looks like Twitter, but my OBS is not glitching anymore, so you guys can really see what I'm doing. Because the past 2 weeks, I was noticing it a lot, getting frozen. So I would go forward, move on with the stocks, and it would still show. The previous charts. There's a level actually. Yeah, here how it is. And since that was a spring, this volume doesn't count, so this is the biggest volume we have. No, actually this. 616, 679. So yeah, volume distribution is not good on this guy. Ever since this bar came in, it's like, yeah, I'm exhausting. But all the way before that, that was a good volume distribution. I'll be doing a big, after the market closes, I'll be doing a big, well, actually, I can start doing it now, really. But let's first see the markets. Yeah, I saw this guy. I'm such a chicken, you guys. This closes in a good break. Vodafone just can't stop. Look at this. Just can't stop going forward. And what was I to lose? It's in a good place. Yeah, poor analysis, I think. Because all in all, this was a good entry point. Yeah. It gave me an option when I woke up today. It was right there. But I chickened out because it's last day of the month and all of that. However, I should have risen in where we are. And here we have like bigger volumes above us, of course, but I mean, they're somewhere out there. And for here, and that was a balance actually. Ever since here, what a trade it was. So yeah, anyhow, I missed it. Again, it gave me a second chance today, but I decided not to take it. You can also use perforated levels for entertainment. Interesting. Could have we... I was just late by a day, and look, there was a well, that wasn't a re-entry. But if I took that trade there, it was actually... It was just the beginning of the February, so I wouldn't be able to say that it will close in the spring. Anyhow. Oops. An LMK, an LMK. In its domestic language, right? Goes down. The impulse is over. That's the biggest volume here. With the biggest volume here. It's arguably in the balance, but not really. 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe. But counter trend balance. I don't know what I'm looking for here, only if it comes to this level. A little bit too far, but still alright. That's why no real stops, you guys. If for whatever reason I decided to enter it here yesterday, per se it would show me like a spring with a test, and I will be like, yeah, let's make some money with a real stop loss. No dividends, no earnings, and then my stop turns from one risk unit so if my stop was like 3% of my account, that would turn it to 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 20, quarter. I would have lost a quarter of my account. That's why I don't do that. Oosh. That's why I just don't do that. Well, there is no way I would have set up with this chart. There's nothing to set up, but just theoretically speaking, just to prove my point of why I only do virtual stop losses on American market, and it can very well turn into another short bar with a null spread, which will correct the whole charging to all levels. This is terrible. So many people lost their money here today. Sad story. Well, it's a good story. I'm not in it, of course, but it's a sad story. There's a certain level of emotional intelligence that everyone should develop around stock trade, I think. I also think it's counterproductive to continue to see it as a balance. It only broke balance here. Okay. .5 volume top thrust. That's the last day of the hour. We don't need to limit ourselves with .5. No, we do, because we're above, even though it's a balance. Well, we're in the balance, so that's another reason not to limit ourselves with 0.5. I'm not sure how I feel about this guy. And here, why did I enter here even? Oh, okay. The level would coincide. Yeah, that was an entry, and that's true. Yeah, I would be like way more optimistic here than here. However, with the volume like this, yeah, no, actually, this is on volume top thrust, so I wouldn't be able to do this trade. What a beautiful 0.5. Too bad it's actually actually down. Absolutely unvolumed. That would be alarming, but volumed up thrust and then no test. And then no test. What am I looking for here? Anyone knows? What am I looking for here? I don't know. Let's now close below the T2. So it's here now. I don't know. It's now this impulse. It's at the level right now. This doesn't look good. Oh, and actually, yeah, that was up and that was down. So pedantic about the levels. Excuse me. This was 1 millimeter. I don't even know what 1 millimeter is. Like, what's a quarter? No, 1/8, 16th of an inch. It was just like one big fat level match, but then that's a break. That's a break. Does look like an exhaustion volume. Automatic rally. You can enjoy it right now on your monitors. It's a break. Balance, balance, balance. Counter trend. It's in the balance, and boom, boom. It shoot up straight from the bottom, from the T2, from the ice. Normally not a good sign. It's a sign of reversal, not a break. It's a sign that the resistance level will be respected. So I don't really need to limit myself with 0.5. By the way, it wasn't sign of strength. I couldn't identify sign of strength, but you see, potentially there was an entry here. Hey, wait. Yeah. Wow. 10. So this is good for a continuation of the trend. Now. That's the previous. we are in this situation. And that's our sign of strength. A little bit close to T2, but not critically. And very nicely in 0.5. So XRT. Bro, so many stocks. This is some kind of messy situation. See, like stock is losing its strength, doesn't want to go much further, or maybe consolidating, we don't know. Yeah, another trade I didn't take. That's so scary on monthly. It's just like, what's going on? And arguably, it's already, yeah, it's just scary. Yeah, so it's definitely in a balance. And counter trend balance right now at the creek level. Therefore, jump over creek or break under ice. I believe this terminology is kept as the legacy of the original Wyckoff method, or one of its modifications before we got the volume spread analysis or Roman trading in the way it is now. And now it's in counter trend at the level. This is not bad for a volume starting from here. It's like super messy on hourly, so it's super messy on hourly with all these volumes and all this massacre. But technically, I'm getting too many stocks on my board already. That's obvious. And this volume is obvious as well. Can it work? It can, but will it? I don't think so. I'm more likely we'll see it go down. And everything is right there on the minutes. I'm not doing my regular profit this month. I'm low, but August was low for everyone, and I worked like there's no tomorrow, like an animal in film and television. I'm kind of like taking a little break right now. Not entirely, but I don't self-submit and self-tape as much. That was unsustainable, but I had to do this like rendezvous to see what's going on in the market, and there's a lot going on in the market. Look guys, so this was a little bit too high from 0.5, and that was unvolumed, and that looked like an exhaustion. The volume was in the reaction bar, and still there was nothing here anyway. Ooh. Anyone has any doubt it's gonna break and reverse today? So I don't. Miracles happen. Easy. And by the way, that was Short, short, short. So, boom. That's funny if it will stop short of this and go down. Maybe the exporting good. One brand that doesn't accept any humor around its name. I heard it from people who've done commercials for the exporting goods. They say, Alan said, never make a joke on their name. Cox Communications and the exporting good, Dix, are very serious. I'm not sure that the guy, I would assume his name is Richard, was so not humorous while naming his company. Or whoever named the company, whatever name there were, I think had some healthy sense of humor, in my personal opinion. Or maybe they are like, I don't know. I don't want to get political, but you know, some current presidents of the United States of America who can be like so obnoxious with themselves as to not to see the humor, the great humor in naming the company Dick's Sporting Goods. Like Richard Alpert, aka Ramdas, I never heard him calling himself a dick. So you either like don't accept this irony of your parents rather naming you Richard, or you better be humorous about it, you know? Look, this upthrust also worked. That wasn't a sign of strength though. Again, it's right there. It's in the break. Volume distribution is right. It's not in the right place on daily for swing trade, but for day trade, why not? That would be sick, like to do day trades in the last day of the month, last day of the week. Incidentally, too. It broke the sign of strength level as it should. Yeah. Look at this guy. I will make an upthrust with a test and everything we'll need on inferior time frame. Calling Mishka to join the party. It's just I'm not sure the party is gonna be fun for me. You would expect some correction, but you never know where it's gonna be. It has to be short, counter trend. It's in the balance. You can. It's there. So close to. Oh, actually, 27.5, 27.5. Why does it look higher than 27.5? 27.5. No, it's absolutely the same level. That needs a test. The exporting goods. I'm trying to be respectful, not to make a joke on it. Chord. 1 bar rule. And then this. So this level really never existed, but this sure did. And that's the previous level now. It continues to grind higher. Ooh. And that was a 1 bar roll. And that's the biggest volume now. No. This is, but that's a short bar, so never mind. Yeah, it's continuation of the trend actually that we should mark appropriately. Mishka. Yeah. Progressive. The trade I didn't take again and again and again. It was offering me to re-enter it yesterday after a beautiful test, and still I chickened out. Just because of this volume. This volume just freaks me out. So why then I see that I even look at it? I don't understand myself sometimes. Everybody's getting high sometimes, you know. I don't know what am I even doing there. Refused to take the trade where it was. Well, because on monthly context was horrible. That's why I can't take this like daily trade. This volume is just horrible. But considering I'm using virtual stops, why would I take this trade at all? Any trade in this stock, I just need to let it go. Let it go, let it go. Technically, we have sign of strength here, which is in a good place. It's in interaction bar. But you guys see I'm falling around more so. It's you know, it's the last day of the month and the last day of the week, so which absolutely shouldn't excuse me from trading whenever there is a good setup. Yeah, look, it's a good volume. And no, it's a good volume with no result. It didn't even close above the level, so it would be good after a test. This guy looks like it wants to break. Yeah, it's breaking. It reverses. So bye-bye. Oh, wait. That was for progressive, and it's also a continuation of the trend, right? It is, because we are assuming it's gonna break. Wait, why did I? Gosh, I was looking at progressive but marked out the export. This thing pop. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at the break above the level. So it wants to meet the sign of strength. Ooh. Check out this volume. This volume indicates that something is not quite right on this. Something is not quite right on this whole. The volume on correction is bigger than the main volume of the impulse. Not bigger, Mishka? 781, 774. Yeah, still a little smaller, but freaky. And then weak approach, and then now again weak approach, and then it's still alright. There's a bigger, but look at this TL. March of 2022. Yeah. It's more down here rather than here. Yeah, no volume, boom, 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 and then. Yeah, I think it wants to break the level rather than respect it. Defend, we call it defend. Defend the level. However, locally, there can be more than enough space for. Yeah, I think this wants to go here. Locally, there is more than enough space for you swing trade. This is history. And then it popped. And then it popped. See, yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Life was just an easy game to play. Oh, I believe. Just enter from here, wild. Would have worked. In yesterday. Dun, 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 she wouldn't say. This is good up to 0.5 for a counter trend. And that's gonna break today. So should have not been. Yeah, it's still in the balance, in counter trend balance. So technically, but practically, so dip. Let's keep it there. Let's keep it there. Now it's good to up to 0.5, and there it was. And there it was. I'll show you. And there it was. Let me show you. Let me show how it's been done. Whoa. With this volume, never. Forget it. With this volume, never. It probably wouldn't even work, but doesn't matter. There's this kind of volume. Just expecting it. But never say never. This volume is all down there, so After a test, maybe. For sure, that would need a test. Yeah, that was a trade. Up to 0.5. And no more than that. And no more than that. And now we have local extremum and everything in between. That's actually that's a test, bro. I'm itching right now. I'm itching right now. If I was in this trade, then you see how one leads to another, cutting on your profits. There's also like this volume disqualifies. It's right here. It disqualifies this trade. I have to be real about it. This volume absolutely disqualifies. Was it the level though? Just like this wave was broke here anyway when it was interacting with this level. Even though it doesn't exist anymore, we probably should have, yeah. No. We should have. Let me ask my trading coach. So there was a transition extreme here, which we will mark out because it doesn't exist anymore. So then this continues here, and we have this situation. Let's ask the people who I trust and listen to. And then this happens. So ever since then, we are, well, that brings us to the balance anyways. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, really? Regardless, it goes lower. Wait. Yeah, I think this is more sober evaluation of this situation, because regardless of this level being discontinued, because the June closed above the level, there's definitely volume and right here. And ever since then, the very least I can say it's counter trend. Yeah, I think this is more realistic. Let me show it to my trading coach, but I think I already know the answer. I think I already know the answer. And here's our entry in 3 minutes. And here's our entry in 3 minutes. I'm not gonna take. Don't even think about it, Misha. Oh, beautiful. Uh-huh. That's some volume. That's some volume. Like, last day is interesting because people don't leave for lunch. There is bigger volumes in our phase. Like there's plenty of volume in our phase. It's very significant volume down, and the break is good. The result. The result is good. Okay, so that closes in a correction now. So our next stop is somewhere over here. Over here. So yeah. This thing reversed. And that's an official correction now. So, and this level like technically disqualifies this for trading because we need 0.5, right? We all know that. We just don't have it. This was not bad till this volume came in. Yeah, trades I'm missing. And that's gonna close above. This level is gone. This level is still alright. Unless we're closing in a... Wait, where's the timer? Is it my laptop? Yeah, my laptop started being noisy on the 3rd year. It's hot though, I don't blame it. So yeah, it's closing correction. So this now is on the table. And we have some good volumes in there. Right. That's like way too wild. Still within. This is thin. We call it like thin trade. This is like thin. But we're in a good place on monthly, considering the yearly support resistance level. So many trades I don't take. Horrible. What I'm trying to do here. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Counter trend, so we would need a close manipulation signal, but we don't need to limit ourselves to 0.5. However, we do need a close manipulation signal. Where are we? We're going down. As we should. Looks like an exhaustion on hourly. Does look like an exhaustion. And actually, well, we can keep it. Doesn't matter. 846, 842. So yeah, I didn't manipulate the T2 level. So, wow. Oh, wow. Well, technically it's a volumed up thrust, and we don't need it. It's like, you see where the 0.5 is, so it's like suicidal. So again, maybe if nothing on 5 minutes, so. Arc. I think it's in, well, it's not in correction because we don't have anything here. Inside bar. Yeah. It's really hanging on, you know? Bigger volume comes in. That biggest volume, actually. That still works. I don't know what point I'm trying to prove. Just. And if I don't, I just quit. That simple. Stock markets are very counterintuitive to what I've been raised and educated to do. To stick my neck in for the weeks. On stock market, you never do that. You always enter in the direction of the strengths against the direction of the weakness, period. If you can't read the chart, like abandon it. Whereas in my like education, I was like, try, go for it. No, no. What was I doing here? Trying to do this thing. There's no context on monthly. That's like too wide. You can already tell. Counter trend up to 0.5. A lot of counter trend today. Don't you notice? A lot of counter trend today. Okay. Booms. It's an interesting volume here. We don't need it to be too big. Oh, and again, it's like too far from 0.5. Like we're talking this now. And actually the direction of inferior time frame, direction of the minutes now contradicts the direction of the of superior time frame of the hours. So we should start looking at minutes long. Exactly. Boom. Can work, but it's too hairy. It's not for me. Same here. What I'm waiting for on HVC? I'm looking if this will work out or not. That's a weird volume. Heinz is too. It lacks liquidity. The volume. Because it's okay for international stock to be that like choppy, but not for. Yeah, what's going on here? It grinds higher, and there is no point of recognizing here a balance. So no. You, my friend. There's no point. I think it wants to break. It wants to break. Yeah. RTX changes direction. Gives us a sign of strength. Yeah. This being a sign of strength on daily. Looks good on daily. I'm gonna give it that. Closing bullish, yeah. It looks very extended to me, but what do I know? Booms. That's an interesting. It confirmed the change of direction. That's yeah. That's it. Boom, 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 and do it up and down back here. It's counter trend though, so we need a close manipulation signal on daily for a swing trade. So again, it's offering us a counter trend day trade. That's the deal of the day. Yeah. In counter trend, there is no point of trading matching levels at all. This looks beautiful, but what can you do? So yeah, for counter trend, first of all, 0.5 is already there, so excuse me, you're disqualified. You already reached. Let's break. I wonder how much noise it adds to you guys. My computer needs to close needs manipulate and close the once again, counter trend day trade. It's just the motto of the day. I'll watch a video to estimate how much noise it adds to you guys. It's not bad for the first volume of the day, but this is is it even up thrust at that end. That's sick, but that would be true. Trade. No, it's not in 0.5. Anyway, we are in this situation right now, but in order to go to reach 0.5, we'll need to break above this volume, and that would be like super scary to trade anything above this volume. You know what I mean? This volume. There was an up thrust, but too far from 0.5. So, and also does make sense because ever since here, it's in correction now. Just stop looking at it. Yeah, so it's long now, or otherwise it contradicts an hourly time frame. Bro, too many stocks. Way too many. It's a little too low, but it's good if it makes a test, especially if it makes a test somewhere here. You see how like, that was really a test, but this little wiggle, this little tail was a test, but we need one bar in opposite direction, so it does not qualify, unfortunately. So that's the T1 for a new uptrend. It will go, it will just go. And so will this, huh? Maybe not. We don't know. Unfortunately, while not entering the trade, I am not receiving much of the emotional intelligence around the subject. That's the problem. You shouldn't blind trade because I should not blind trade because also it gives no mental intelligence around the subject. It's just like gambling. However, by not entering the trade, seeing it and not entering, what I call chicken and out, I'm not gathering any emotional intelligence either. So, and you need both. You need all three. You need mental, emotional, and spiritual intelligence around any subject you want to master. Be that acting or trading or anything else. That's why it's important to study, learn, and back trade. And equally important is to do real stuff. Enter, play straight, not to be in a clinch. I still mark out trades that that I missed, but I shouldn't mark out trades that I wouldn't have taken anyways. And those last two are the latter ones, the ones that I wouldn't take anyways. That's hairy. And we have a bigger volume in our face, which is kind of kind of. Oh, and actually that was a level 2. My acting coach is very adamant about not using sort of, kind of, in all those weakeners, things that make your speech weaker. Time to get more Pfizer. Like this was not enough. March to July. Half a year. Did some money on it though, but you know what I mean. Oh, and never mind this volume. This is now bigger. In this regard, it's actually good. And you see how I'm more like inclined to do something on Pfizer just because I know the stock, even though I was stuck in it for like 6 months. This is more of a level than this for sure. But yeah, and we are changing direction. We are like falling down, 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 down. And now Yeah, we are only changing direction because I think there is a level, but it looks like there is. Yeah, let's see how that works out. But I'd say that's a level. And I should not be avoiding it. And also it's closing correction, so counter trend. We'd need a test anyways, because it's either expanding that's how I see it. Goes higher without me. Bye bye. Re-enter it all you can, all you want. I wouldn't take it anyway, so I shouldn't be like marking it even, because I wouldn't take it anyway. It's like, just why? It's true that trading is mainly a internal work. I wouldn't take this either. After you know the rules and principles and fundamental laws of how markets operate, the rest is just psychological, emotional, and spiritual work. So yeah, like I'm more inclined to take Pfizer from here. But why? Tell me why you and bigger volumes in our face. Volume 1, volume 2. Just getting stuck in Pfizer exactly at the level where I left it off. It's not even this low. Doesn't make sense. The previous level is really here for a monthly. But for daily, none of this matters. And 0.5 works only once anyways, so it's already worked. It came here, I closed manually, still can't believe it. What, it would like close me like, but a month later, month and a half later. Okay, it's happening. Bro, you wanna do it? I want it that way. Tell me why. Went down, kind of confirmed, but it went all the way. Yes, it's in this balance. I don't know. It's in this balance. Dun, 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 dun. Good volume. It's the whole thing, and I'll be making crumbles, but risking. Only with the real stop, okay? Let's be real. Let's get real about it. You want a real stop? Go for it. It bumped into this level and then pew. Even though it's bigger, monthly, we already broke this thing. It looks like an exhaustion, but it went lower. That's the problem. But that's the biggest level of all. And it had a nice juicy tail. Yeah, this is like clearance. So this volume is not even real. In March, that was like firms. I had this. I have a friend, a statistical analyst who worked for like big firms, like Bloomberg and you name it. And he explained me what I suspected, that this volume, someone's just clearing the books. So whenever there is a huge splash in the volume, not at a level which doesn't make any sense, it doesn't move the price anywhere like this. So it didn't move the price at all. It's like trading firms were clearing their books. Actually, why did I? It's more like this. I want to make a point that there was a level here. Goes lower, it wants to break. So the mystery of huge levels that don't move the price once a quarter so is resolved. It's like one or the other bigger firm just cleared their books. And oh my gosh, I love my hair like this. And that caused, because that was added. Look, I'll show you. Because it was all after hours. 21st of March. 21st of March. You see? Someone just cleared the book. Technical volume. Back to us. Why do I have this? What is this? Yeah, broke the level. So now we need transition extremum and the whole shebang. Let's move. Haha, Pfizer. Yeah, it looks like it wants to close above the level, but for now, yeah. Ooh. But we're looking short again. Once again, we're looking for short. And dun 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 dun, and volume died. Dun 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 dun. Nothing that would indicate a What? Okay, our continuations of the trends. Change direction. Trade I did. This trade I would have taken any time of the day, again and again and again. And I think this volume doesn't matter after we, well, it does matter as we can see, but yeah, and it closes in correction. If anyone cares. If anyone cares, it closes in correction, so probably good job for not taking this trade from here. It's already reached 0.5, so I wouldn't like look at it short. However, this is the sign of strength. IBM tried to hold the level, but then didn't go. Tell me why. And we have sign of strength here. Why do I put it into continuation of the trend? It's actually well, when it closes bearish today, it's going to be like this, still too far, but what can you do? Oops, that's not what I intended to do. Bro, this thing went down and it's not continuation of the trend anymore, and I don't even know what I'm doing here. Yeah, it's not the biggest. Yeah, this thing is still here. I don't know. This thing is continuation of the trend. Continue to grind higher. And just continues to grind higher. Absolutely unstoppable. And gonna close in a break. Super high, overextended, all of that. Probably, yeah. With the sign of strength here. That's been a sign of strength. Sign of strength is in a good level. It's in reaction bar, not reaction bar, higher. So everything looks sexy. or maybe even it's 1 bar rule, so yeah, this even. And that's gonna look great if it starts correcting, when it starts correcting rather. But yeah, for now, now it's here. Hold on, I got something on my tongue. I'm not gonna insinuate on what that might be. And I'm single, so okay. That's what we've got. Too far from 0.5, like way too overextended. That sign of strength that didn't hold. It doesn't matter anymore, anyway. Bro, I just want to finish this list. And why am I continuing to... Oh, I'm still believing in the short trade possibility. I don't care about this 0.5 at all. I only care about this 0.5. Wait, what? It's trying to sell me bigger. Next plan. I don't need it. Yeah, this whole thing like goes without me. Doesn't even care about my existence. It's too low. It's too low, and it's gonna close like it's a good break. You know what I mean? And unvolumed, so. But for today, it runs. Haha. Good job not taking the trade. Told you it was like too choppy. I'll keep it as a reminder because it was like something I was considering. But yeah, counter trend. It wasn't even a manipulation. It was just like retesting the level, which is seldom a good thing to do, a good thing to have. And that should have been a real stop because no no short trades on American stock, on any stock, no short trades without a real stop, period. Stop market. Not even stop limit, stop market it has to be. Just telling you that. What I'm looking for, we need 0.5 here. Pfizer. The reason why you cannot do stop limits or any virtual stops or any trickstery on shorts because it can go against you and never come back. When you do that, like playing long, trading long, the worst can happen to you. You get stuck in the stock and definitely collecting dividends, but you'll still own the stock. If you do it with short, it can just like blow. You'll have to close in. I can't even imagine. I don't want to think about it. It's just like too painful to think. If you let it like run and then you come to realization that's not gonna come back and you have to close it, I don't know, blowing up like 50, 60, 70% of your account. I don't know how people recover from that. I'll tell you this much. Luckily, I've never been to this situation. I just don't know how people recover from that one. Honestly, like I'm being like very sincere right now. It would be very tempting to quit. I was closing long positions, like bleeding, losing like 10-15% of my account. I've lost almost a third of my capital in 2022. Took me some time to recover, but how people like recover from like losing 60-70% of their account, I just honestly I don't know. And it was not one trade, it was like multiple. Like I wasn't trading at the time, it was like portfolio. I was an investor, baby. Oh gosh, I'm so glad I'm probably the black swan is something that's saved by Nassim Taleb. Something that saved me from blowing my entire capital in 2022. Thank you, Nassim. I owe you cold one. But yeah. Well, it's in a balance now. Balance that looks more short than long. The volume distribution on the wave looks long though, so it's still technically okay for a short trade. But we just saw how it ends on key MI. Yeah, and KMI. Let's see the this is good in continuation of the trend. Bigger volume on the reaction bar, not a good sign. Because why? The biggest volume should have been on the breaking bar, the bar that breaks the level. And then after that, it should just go. You see this tail? That's where it should have been the biggest volume. And then this bigger volume, it should have just gone, it should just flown up. But it doesn't. So the question is why? And this is why. And this is why. Probably people closing position. There's like two types of volume. Volume that closes position and volume that opens the position in the opposite way. So someone sold here, but someone also bought here. That if people would open short positions, that we see an upthrust or spring. That's why we never trade like catch falling knife. At T1, we need T1 to be manipulated first in order to make our conclusion. Yeah, and a twist and curls, it dies out. The wave, I mean. It dies out. Let's see our like biggest winners, losers of the day. It just goes. Boom. Okay. We gotta let it go. Boom. You see this guy? You see this guy? Last hour of the day. Hold on, let me submit myself real quick. Oh, look at this guy. There's absolutely no way I could have saw that coming. Boom, 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 and then boom. So, well, at least I can remove it from my tabs. Image SBC TNA Dune, and it falls off the cliff. Pfizer. MA, XLF, MS. Okay, let's see our losers real quick. Ooh. Boom. Where are we? In 0.5, we were did a good job here, but actually that should have not restrained me from doing something here, but there was nothing. And down, maybe this. That was an entry, possibly. I don't know. We can, yeah, of course. It's obviously some form of wave. Horrible. And that's the biggest volume on Dell. It's right here. It's not just the volume, it's the biggest volume ever since here. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't trust so much in 0.5. But locally, we have this 0.5 to entertain us meantime. Oh my gosh. They went down, reversed, and then reversed again, so that's low. Oh my gosh. My nose is so itchy right now. Of course, it's Friday. Back home they say when your nose is itchy, when your hand is itchy, it's like money is coming your way. I still don't know if money is or are. Money are coming your way. It's plural, right? Gosh, come on. Let's figure it out. Money are or is. Money is an uncountable singular noun. However, the word monies can be used for plural for money in some contexts, particularly in legal or official settings, to refer to different sums of monies. Okay, so money is uncountable. Uncountable we use is. I understand. So be it. So yeah, in Russia they believe that like if your palm is itching, money is coming your way. If your nose is itching, you'll be drinking soon. I don't drink anymore, but still nice to have this itch. The Friday itch, we'll call it. So what happened here? It was going up, and then reversed, confirmed, and then went up. So it's, well, that's not true, because that's not how. To imagining that it went down like this and then went back. So and it's so far from 0.5 on daily, so nothing on swing, but maybe something on, and the break is deep. It's a deep break. It's a strong break. You know what I mean? It's not like I need more stocks to watch. I have too many. But you know, No, I don't think so. I'll put it on the watch list, but I really don't think so. What else? Boom. Confirmed the reversals of the trend. It's now officially short. On Oracle, and it's closing in correction. You see how it helped us to identify the reversal 2 hours earlier. Excuse me. This is scientific. This is science. This is massacre, for all I care. But yeah, just reversed. So once again, technically it's always possible for a for daily day trade, but this thing, we don't have a sign of strength for it. It's here. It went to 0.5 instead. It went to 0.5 instead, and nothing here. Booms. This volume is confusing. Inside candle. Bar. Yeah, that we already discussed today. Like, oof. And it will close bearish and will correct our levels, and that's going to be 0.5. And everything is going to become different. Ooh, looks like a balance about to be. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. The intrigue is about to be resolved on a lot of stock. Yeah, you see how it bounced? It looks like it's gonna break. It is gonna break, so it is continuation of the trend now. With a good, oops, with a good volume here. A lot of movement today, as it should be. So this is good in continuation of the trend. Now, oh my gosh, I'm checking myself. And it's a long oh gosh, check myself. Yeah, that's how this balance was developing. Whether it's a consolidation, whether it's a accumulation or distribution, we'll see, and whether we need to put 0.5 from the previous T2 or from the beginning of the wave, we'll see today, depending on how the monthly bar will close. It's just there. Oops, sorry. It's just there. Yeah, and from this point of view, it's we need a 0.5 correction for the day, not necessarily for an hour. Okay. Okay, guys, it's enough. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you go. Even more importantly, you have better things to do in your life than just to sit here listening to my gibberish. As always, trade responsibly on your own. And volume T1. The start of the day. Yeah. Yeah. Carry out your trading decisions, as any other decisions in your life, solely at your own discretion. Never hear everyone. Don't listen to anyone. No one knows anything, anyways. Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people, such as this guy. Yeah, such as myself. Oh, it just goes. It just doesn't hold. Just doesn't hold. Okay. The last checks. The last strokes, we call it in fine arts, which I'm absolutely foreign to. But yeah, you guys have fun. What happened here? Yeah. Still holds. Ever since here, actually. And then went high.